What if I told you that one of the strongest marriages in love and hip-hop Atlanta history just shattered into pieces? The world has the receipts. What if I told you that Rasheeda, the woman who has stood by Kirk through scandals, tears, and betrayals, is now the one in the hot seat, caught in a storm that even she couldn't hold back? Tonight, fans aren't whispering about rumors, they're screaming about Yandy allegedly exposing Rasheeda's secret nights with a new boo, and Kirk responding in the most brutal way possible. Divorce papers, and this isn't just another reality TV storyline. This is heartbreak, humiliation, and revenge playing out in real time, with tears, accusations, and betrayals flooding social media feeds. Yandy's revelation didn't just crack the foundation of Rasheeda's marriage, it obliterated it. Insiders are saying Kirk didn't even hesitate. The moment the truth spilled, he was already on the phone with lawyers, making sure the end was official. So the question is, why would Yandy, Rasheeda's so-called friend, choose to expose her now? Who exactly is this new boo? And how did Kirk go from forgiveness to final straw overnight? Stay right here, because the truth behind this scandal will leave you speechless. For years, Rasheeda and Kirk Frost have been painted as the ultimate love and hip-hop Atlanta roller coaster couple. Fans watched them survive infidelities, public humiliation, even the infamous DNA test scandal that nearly ended their marriage in front of the world. Every season, it seemed like their bond reached a breaking point, yet somehow, Rasheeda always chose forgiveness. Through tears, heartbreak, and betrayal, she stood by Kirk, and for a while, it looked like nothing could tear them apart. But insiders whisper the truth was never as perfect as it seemed. Behind those picture-perfect Instagram posts and family business ventures, the scars never healed. The wounds of Kirk's betrayals, his secret apartment, the baby drama, the late-night parties always lingered. And those close to the couple claim Rasheeda's heart hardened over time. She wasn't just a forgiving wife anymore. She was a woman quietly tallying every betrayal, every tear, every sleepless night. Enter Yandy Smith Harris. On the surface, Yandy and Rasheeda were friends, two boss women who built empires out of love, hustle, and reality TV fame. But Yandy has always had a reputation for being the one who knows everything. She has the connections, the insiders, the tea nobody else dares spill. And according to whispers, Yandy knew about Rasheeda's new secret before anyone else did. That's where this entire saga begins, because Yandy didn't just find out, she exposed it. The story circulating now is that Rasheeda had grown tired of playing the faithful wife to a man who had embarrassed her countless times. Insiders claim she began quietly stepping out, finding comfort in the arms of a new boo, a younger, flashier man who showered her with the kind of attention Kirk had long stopped giving. This wasn't a one-night fling. Sources say this was an ongoing situation, a secret romance that Rasheeda thought she could keep private. But if there's one thing Rasheeda should have known, it's that secrets never stay safe in the world of love and hip-hop, especially not when someone like Yandy is in the picture. So why would Yandy expose Rasheeda? That's the burning question. Some say she felt betrayed herself after defending Rasheeda through years of Kirk's scandals. Others suggest she did it for the cameras, knowing this revelation would shake the entire cast and storyline to its core. And some believe Yandy simply couldn't stomach watching Rasheeda live a double life while still branding herself as the loyal wife. The exposure came fast, brutal, and public reports claim Yandy confronted Rasheeda during a private conversation that quickly spiraled out of control. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and Yandy allegedly blurted out, "Don't act innocent when you out here with your little boyfriend every night. You think Kirk don't know?" The room froze. That moment changed everything. According to witnesses, Rasheeda's face went pale, tears welled up, and the weight of Yandy's words shattered the image she had worked so hard to protect. And when Kirk got wind of it, he didn't yell, he didn't fight. He went straight to his lawyers. And that's the real shocker here, because Kirk, the man who had begged for forgiveness year after year, finally decided he was done. The betrayal flipped the script. The cheater became the victim. And Rasheeda, for once, was the one caught in the middle of a scandal she couldn't explain away. Now, the Frost marriage once considered unbreakable despite the chaoses hanging by a thread. Divorce papers have been filed, social media is ablaze, and Rasheeda's image as the strong, loyal wife is crumbling before our eyes. But the bigger question remains, what role did Yandy truly play in this betrayal? Did she expose Rasheeda to protect Kirk, to protect herself, or simply to set fire to the narrative for maximum impact? Because one thing is clear, this wasn't just about a cheating rumor. This was a calculated revelation that destroyed a marriage in real time. And if Yandy has more receipts, this story is only going to get darker. The confrontation wasn't supposed to happen that night. The cast thought they were gathering for a casual dinner, a calm scene to tie up storylines. But the energy shifted the moment Yandy walked in with that fire in her eyes. She wasn't here to eat. She was here to burn bridges. At first, it was small talk. Cameras rolling, everyone sipping drinks, laughter masking the tension. But then Yandy leaned forward, locked her gaze on Rasheeda, and said in that calm but lethal tone, "So, when you've gone, tell Kirk about the new boo." The entire table froze. Forks dropped. Glasses clinked. Rasheeda's face went pale as she tried to laugh it off, shaking her head. But Yandy didn't flinch. "Don't act like I don't know. I've seen you. I got the receipts. You ain't loyal, sis. You out here doing the same thing you dragged Kirk for." The gasps were instant. Sierra's eyes widened. Erica covered her mouth, and even Scrappy muttered under his breath, "Damn." Rasheeda broke down instantly. Tears streamed as she tried to defend herself. "Yandy, why you doing this? You supposed to be my friend. I ain't perfect, but you don't know what I've been through." But Yandy wasn't letting up. She pulled out her phone, scrolling through screenshots, grainy photos of Rasheeda leaving a lounge late at night with a mystery man. Blurry videos of her laughing in the passenger seat of a car that wasn't Kirk's. DM leaks that showed flirty exchanges with someone saved in her phone as boo. The room erupted. Sierra jumped up. "Wait, is this real?" Rasheeda knew. Erica hissed. "Girl, you was riding for Kirk all these years, and now this." Even Yandy added salt to the wound. "You was crying about loyalty, but look at you now. Cheating, sneaking, lie on. Don't cry now, sasson it." And the tears came harder. Rasheeda covered her face, whispering, "I ain't mean for this to happen. I was lonely. I was tired of always forgiving." That's when the cameras caught the real bombshell Kirk walking into the scene. He hadn't been invited, but production allegedly tipped him off after Yandy spilled the tea. And he came prepared. Kirk didn't yell. He didn't cuss. He sat down, stone-faced, and dropped a manila folder on the table. "Funny thing is," he said, his voice steady, "while you was out sneaking, I was already talking to my lawyer. You ain't the only one who can keep secrets." The room went silent. Rasheeda's sobs grew louder. The folder contained divorce papers. Kirk had signed his part. All that was missing was hers. The betrayal hit harder than anything the Frosts had been through before. For years, Rasheeda had been the forgiving wife, the woman who endured Kirk's cheating scandals, side apartments, and DNA tests. She carried the image of the loyal queen of Atlanta. But now the roles had flipped. She was the one begging for forgiveness. Kerr was the one walking away. Fans watching the raw footage online couldn't believe it. Within minutes of the leaked clip hitting social media, hashtags like #RASHEEDA exposed and #KirkFiles divorce trended nationwide. Comments flooded in. Not Rasheeda crying after years of defending Kirk. Yandy messy, but she did what had to be done. Kirk really had divorce papers ready. He ain't playing this time. Ready. He ain't playing this time. But the twist didn't stop there. Yandy, after dropping her bombshell, delivered one last dagger. "And sis, don't act like he the only one. People know about the other man too. You keep playing, it's all gone, come out." The word "other" sent the internet into chaos. Was Rasheeda juggling more than one relationship? Was this bigger than anyone thought? That single sentence turned a cheating scandal into a conspiracy. Bloggers claimed Rasheeda's new boo wasn't just some random guy, it was someone connected to the music industry, a promoter, maybe even another castmate. Theories spread like wildfire. Screenshots of Rasheeda at events, hugging men, laughing too closely with colleagues, were suddenly treated like evidence. Every old Instagram photo became suspicious. Every smile became incriminating. Meanwhile, Kirk doubled down. He posted on Instagram with the caption, "When loyalty runs out, divorce kicks in. #singles soon." The post racked up tens of thousands of likes and sent fans into a frenzy. Some praised Kirk for finally standing up for himself. Others dragged him for hypocrisy, reminding everyone of his past betrayals. But one thing was clear this time. Kirk wasn't backing down, and Rasheeda, she went dark. No posts, no statements, just silence. But her tears that night said it all. She wasn't just heartbroken, she was terrified. Because Yandy's warning hinted that this wasn't the end of her exposure. It was just the beginning. If one man was bad enough, imagine what would happen if another surfaced. Imagine what Kirk would do if the receipts got even dirtier. The Frost marriage wasn't just breaking, it was imploding. And Yandy had lit the match. By sunrise the next day, Atlanta wasn't just buzzing, it was on fire. Every gossip page, every blog, every fan forum had only one topic: Rasheeda's tears, Yandy's bombshell, and Kirk's cold divorce drop. Clips of the confrontation racked up millions of views within hours. And the hashtag #FrostDivorce dominated timelines. But what sent the internet into complete meltdown wasn't just the footage, it was Yandy's parting shot. "Don't act like he the only one. People know about the other man too." That single line turned the scandal upside down. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Rasheeda being caught with one mystery boo. This was about multiple alleged affairs. And fans were desperate to uncover who the other man really was. The internet investigation begins. Twitter detectives went to work combing through Rasheeda's posts, tagging every male friend, business partner, and collaborator she'd been photographed with. One theory pointed at a young promoter who'd been seen hanging around pressed boutique events. Another suggested a rising Atlanta rapper who had once publicly called Rasheeda his mentor. Memes exploded. Side by side, collages of Rasheeda hugging male colleagues captioned, "Is this him?" or "him." TikTok creators made viral timelines of Rasheeda's appearances, matching dates and outfits to mysterious men spotted near her. The frenzy grew so loud that even celebrities joined in. A reality star from another franchise tweeted, "This tea too hot." Not Yandy Xpasan Rasheeda like that. A rapper added fuel with a cryptic post. "Some of y'all wives spend for everybody. Don't shoot the messenger." Fans instantly speculated he was shading Rasheeda, even though he never mentioned her by name. Kirk doubles down. Meanwhile, Kirk wasn't staying silent. Hours after the confrontation aired online, he posted another cryptic message on Instagram. A photo of himself standing outside a courthouse holding a folder. The caption read, "Paperwork in motion. No turning back. #final straw." The comments section blew up. Damn, he really filed. Not Kirk acting brand new. After all he did, this is karma, but it still hurts to watch. But Kirk didn't stop there. According to insiders, he reached out to bloggers directly, making it clear he was done covering for Rasheeda. Allegedly, he told one source, "She kept forgiving me for my mistakes, but at least I was honest once I got caught. She lied to my face. That's worse than anything I ever did." The other man emerges then. Came the real chakra blurry video leaked online showing Rasheeda at an Atlanta rooftop lounge, seated beside a man who definitely wasn't Kirk. The man leaned in close, whispered something in her ear, and she laughed. Touching his arm, the clip was only 20 seconds, but it was enough. Fans immediately declared, "That's the other man." Blogs ran wild with headlines. Second video, Rasheeda spotted cozy with mystery man on rooftop. Is this the boo Yandy was talking about? The internet erupted with speculation, zooming into the grainy video, analyzing tattoos, outfits, and silhouettes to guess the man's identity. Some swore it was a promoter, others claimed it was a low-key industry exec. But the point was clear: Rasheeda's situation just got worse. Yandy keeps stirring the pot. Yandy. She wasn't done. She went live the next evening, sipping tea, grinning as thousands tuned in. She didn't name names, but she dropped bombs in her trademark cryptic style. When you play the loyalty card, make sure you actually loyal. That's all I'm saying. Folks out here crying on camera, but y'all ain't seen the half of it yet. Screenshots, videos, receipts. Oh, trust me, they exist. Fans flooded the comments. Yandy, drop it. Who the second man? You messy, but we love it. And with a sly smirk. Yandy ended her live leaving, everyone screaming for more. The industry reacts this. Wasn't just gossip anymore, it was a full-blown industry scandal. Promoters began pulling Rasheeda from scheduled appearances, afraid the drama would overshadow events. Brand sponsors allegedly paused deals tied to her boutique. Even other cast members started choosing sides. Erica Mena posted a cryptic Instagram story: "Everybody get exposed eventually. Don't play victim when you guilty too." Sierra, on the other hand, defended Rasheeda in an emotional rant. Y'all acting like she the only one who ever slipped. She'd been through hell with Kirk and still stayed. Stop judging when you don't know the pain. The division was clear. The real shocker, but then came the most shocking reveal yet. Bloggers claimed Kirk had hired a private investigator months ago, long before Yandy's confrontation. Allegedly, Kirk already had photos, time-stamped hotel records, and screenshots linking Rasheeda to not one, but TWO men. If true, that means Kirk didn't just react out of anger. He was already planning this divorce behind the scenes, quietly building a case to protect his money and his image. And that revelation left fans reeling, because it meant Kirk didn't just stumble into heartbreak, he orchestrated Rasheeda's downfall, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Now the questions are bigger than ever. Who exactly is Rasheeda's other man? How much proof does Kirk really have? And why did Yandy choose to expose this now, knowing it would destroy everything? One thing's for sure, the tears Rasheeda cried weren't just from heartbreak. They were from fear. Fear that the next leak could end her marriage, her friendships, and her empire all in one blow. And trust me, the next bomb is coming. The scandal wasn't just trending anymore, it became the story dominating pop culture. For days, every headline, every meme, every debate circled back to the same three names: Rasheeda, Kirk, and Yandy. But the reactions weren't just loud, they were brutal. Divided and deeply emotional. Fans turn on Rasheeda for years. Rasheeda had been the poster child for loyalty, the woman who embodied forgiveness. But now, that image was shattered. Twitter threads tore her apart, accusing her of hypocrisy. Not Rasheeda out here crying after all that energy she gave Kirk. #cheater, cheated. Another viral tweet read, "Y'all dragged Kirk for years. But the second Rasheeda get exposed, y'all want to make excuses? Nah, hold her accountable too." But not everyone turned on her. Some fans defended Rasheeda fiercely, reminding the world of the years she spent forgiving Kirk. She stayed after he embarrassed her on national TV. She stayed after the DNA test. She deserves grace too. She deserves grace too. The debate spiraled, with hashtags like #TeamRasheeda and #TeamKirk trending at the same time. The fan base wasn't just split, was at war. Celebrities chime in. Celebrities couldn't resist joining the chaos. Cardi B tweeted, "This messy AF Yandy wild for exposing, but damn Rasheeda sis." Not the boo. Lil Scrappy hopped on Instagram Live, laughing with his boys. "Man, everybody cheating in Atlanta? What's new?" But Kirk pulling them papers though, cold-blooded. Even K. Michelle threw shade in a cryptic post. When you build your brand on being the perfect wife, sure your house clean too. The shade was nonstop. Everyone had an opinion, and each one only added fuel to the fire. Media and blogs feast. The blogs treated this like Christmas. Headlines screamed across sites. Rasheeda's empire at risk. Sponsors pulled back amid cheating scandal. Kirk Frost files divorce. Is this the end of Love and Hip Hop's power couple? Yandy Smith declares she has more receipts. What else could be coming? Talk shows debated it. Podcast hosts replayed Yandy's confrontation line by line, analyzing her body language like it was a crime scene. Even mainstream outlets outside of hip-hop picked it up, framing it as a cautionary tale about reality TV marriages. Brands react. The fallout reached Rasheeda's businesses too. Anonymous insiders claimed at least 2 fashion brands were reevaluating collaborations with her boutique. Rumors spread that event promoters were hesitant to book her for appearances, fearing the scandal would overshadow everything. One blogger claimed, "This isn't just a storyline anymore. This is hurting Rasheeda's bag." The sponsors don't want to touch messy scandals. Cast division. The Love and Hip Hop cast wasn't quiet either. Erica Mena doubled down on her earlier shade, posting "Tables always turn. That's the game." Sierra, on the other hand, came out swinging in Rasheeda's defense. "I don't care what nobody say. Rasheeda, my sister. She'd been through hell with Kirk. Y'all judging her like she ain't human?" The cast clearly split into 2 camps: those who saw Rasheeda as a victim of years of emotional neglect, and those who thought she was just as guilty as Kirk. The streets reacted. Wasn't just celebrities and fans, the streets weighed in. Neighborhood barbershops, clubs, and beauty salons echoed with debates about who was right and who was wrong. DJs remixed Kirk's old verses with sound bites of Rasheeda crying, playing them in clubs like it was the hottest new track. One viral clip showed a DJ yelling over the mic, "Shout out to Kirk for finally bossing up. Divorce on deck." The crowd screamed back, half cheering, half booing. The wildest reaction came from an unexpected corner: Kirk's alleged side baby mama, Jasmine Washington. Out of nowhere, she posted on Instagram, "Tables turn, don't they? Guess we not so different after all." That one post reignited old wounds and dragged Kirk's past scandals back into the spotlight. Fans erupted, accusing Jasmine of being messy but secretly admitting she had a point. The cliffhanger, and just when people thought the reactions had peaked. Yandy liked a tweet that read, "If she'd think we only talking about one boo, she's in for a rude awakening." That single reignited speculation. Was there really another man? Did Yandy have more proof ready to drop? The world waited in suspense, knowing one thing for sure: this wasn't over. The divorce papers were just the beginning. The receipts, the secrets, the betrayals, they were still waiting to explode. The noise was deafening. Fans were split, brands were pulling back, and Kirk's cold move with the divorce papers left Rasheeda in pieces. But just when people thought the storm couldn't get any worse, Yandy lit the fuse on one final bomb, one that sent shockwaves through the entire Love and Maptace. If you're using a scanner app and hip-hop universe, Yandy went live again. But this time she didn't just talk, she showed. Holding up her phone, she teased a series of screenshots she claimed were from Rasheeda's private messages. The screen flashed for only a second before she pulled it away, but fans caught enough. The name of the contact wasn't Boo. It was something far more incriminating: Aw. If you're using a scanner ob, F. If you're using a scanner app, and it's you're gonna die. Look at this. And I feel look at this. And we all know I've been exploring. MAR. We have some Cations contans. As we equate with Cation, so I with some more acanlude lays, as I come live, MAITS, to Concad. AMAY 1 my 111 add C do we side to come to Kenkikanai we see do you to get you we can you do we get kisai can you guy can I could you guy I could to we guy with we got man tied to the music industry with direct connections to Kirk's own circle. Gasps filled the live chat. The idea that Rasheeda's secret wasn't just some random fling, but someone close to home was enough to turn the scandal into a nightmare. Yandy's exact words burned into everyone's minds. It ain't just cheating when you're doing it with somebody tied to your husband's world. That's betrayal on a whole different level. And I promise y'all, this next receipt gonna break Atlanta in half. The internet went into detective mode instantly. Speculation spread that Rasheeda's other man wasn't just a promoter or a fling but possibly someone Kirk trusted. Maybe even a business partner. Fans began stitching together conspiracy threads, pulling up old photos of Rasheeda at events, linking her smiles to mysterious men standing in the background. Meanwhile, Kirk's silence spoke louder than any post. For the first time in years, he didn't defend, he didn't deny, he just went completely cold. And to fans. That silence felt like confirmation that the betrayal cut deeper than anyone could imagine. Then came the final dagger. Yandy hinted that she had video evidence, not blurry rooftop clips, not screenshots, but actual footage of Rasheeda with her alleged other man, and she promised to drop it if Rasheeda continued to play the victim online. That single threat shifted the entire scandal. It wasn't just about Kirk filing divorce. It wasn't just about a boo. It was about the possibility of another tape, another leak, another wave of humiliation that could finish Rasheeda's reputation once and for all. The cliffhanger was brutal. Was Yandy bluffing, or was she really sitting on the kind of footage that could end Rasheeda's career? Her marriage and her friendships in one strike. One thing was certain. Rasheeda's tears were just the beginning. The storm wasn't over, it was only getting started, and now we're left staring at the most painful question of all. Will Rasheeda survive this storm? Or has Yandy finally blown the last piece of her image to dust? Kirk's divorce papers are already in motion. The receipts are flying everywhere. And the whispers about a second man tied to Kirk's own circle are louder than ever. But if Yandy truly has that video she teased, then this scandal hasn't even reached its peak yet. So I have to ask, you, whose side are you on? Do you believe Rasheeda was justified after years of humiliation and betrayal from Kirk? Or did she cross the one line she swore she'd never cross? Was Yandy being a messy friend who exposed her sister for clout? Or was she simply revealing the truth that fans deserve to know? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this debate is about to get even messier than the scandal itself. Should Kirk walk away for good, or does Rasheeda deserve the same forgiveness she gave him for years? And what happens if that other man is revealed? Imagine the fallout if he's somebody close to the Frost family. 1. Things for sure, the next chapter of this saga is going to shake Atlanta to its core. If Yandy really drops that video, the Frost Empire won't just crack until collapse in front of millions. Make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. The receipts aren't done. The drama isn't over. And the biggest twist, it might still be waiting in Yandy's phone.